This is Tom from the National Weather Service in Raleigh doing the routine weekly briefing for Central North Carolina covering the period Thursday, April 3rd to Wednesday, April 9th. So taking a look at our upcoming weather pattern for the week, we will have southerly flow winds out of the south, which will bring above normal temperatures today through the weekend, and we could end up seeing about reaching some record heat on Friday and Saturday. The cold front will take its time moving through Central North Carolina Sunday afternoon, Sunday night into Monday, possibly even Monday night, bring widespread showers and an end to the heat. And then by Wednesday morning, high pressure is going to allow temperatures to fall all the way into the 20s and 30s. So we will have the possibility of some frost and freeze conditions. Taking a look at the precipitation forecast over the next 5 days, just some very isolated precipitation chances today. I actually really don't have that much in the way of precipitation chances for tomorrow. So I think that even that 100th to a 10th of an inch is overdone here on Friday, dry on Saturday, and then you can end up seeing the widespread rain on Sunday and Monday, which thankfully, as we end up looking at the 5-day total in the bottom right-hand corner, you can end up seeing a lot of purple on the map, which is indicating areas that are forecast to receive at least 1.5 inches of rain, and that would definitely be helpful considering our abnormally dry and our drought conditions that we have. Taking a look at the severe thunderstorm potential for the next 8 days, you can see that the triad is clipped by some general thunderstorms on Thursday. And then I also want to mention that there are chances for non-severe thunderstorms on Sunday and Monday. You only see colors on those days of the map if there's severe weather forecast. We do not have any severe weather in the forecast. However, we are looking at the potential for some non-severe thunderstorms on both Sunday and Monday. Taking a look at the Weather Prediction Center's excessive rainfall outlook, today, tomorrow, and Saturday, the risk of excessive rainfall is less than 5%. However, if we end up going to Sunday and Monday, you can end up seeing nearly the entire area has a chance for some isolated flash flooding on Sunday, and then primarily along the I-95 corridor and points east on Monday. Taking a look at our experimental heat risk product for the first 3 days of the forecast, heat risk tells us how unusual the heat is and the potential heat impacts. So you can see that pretty much the entire area today, tomorrow, and Saturday. Going to be looking at that yellow risk, which is individuals extremely sensitive to heat. And I do want to point out, again, this is how unusual this heat is. So it is it's seasonally dependent. So again, the fact that we're looking at the potential for record heat on Friday and Saturday is the reason that there is a heat risk present on these days. And again, you can see some isolated pockets on Saturday getting to a level 2 risk where most individuals would be sensitive to heat, particularly because early season heat can catch people unprepared. Taking a look at the drought update that was released this morning, it looks at a period through Tuesday morning. If we look at that table in the bottom right, you can see that there was a decrease of 8% of the state in the abnormally dry, and all of that area went into the moderate drought category. Most of that was across the central portion of the state, where that center circle is, the one that's mentioning the Deep River in Guilford, Randolph, and Chatham counties, compared to last week's drought status. If we take a look at the 8 to 14-day temperature and precipitation outlook, you can see a 33 to 50% chance of below normal temperatures in Central North Carolina, and looking at near normal precipitation across the center portion of our state. Again, you can see at the bottom that normal temperatures for the period April 10th through April 16th are in the low to mid 70s for highs, and the lows are typically in the mid 40s to around 50 degrees. Our experimental graphical hazardous weather outlook, there's a lot going on here, so I want to spend a little bit of extra time on this slide. As I mentioned earlier, there is the potential for some lightning in the triad tomorrow. We do have a small chance of some isolated thunderstorms along the North Carolina and Virginia border Friday evening. And then again, as I mentioned, as the cold front comes through, that would be the Sunday and Monday limited potential for thunderstorms. I've already shown you the excessive rainfall outlooks for Sunday and Monday. And we did talk about the heat risk, so that is taking a look at the extreme heat on Friday and Saturday, and that does extend into Sunday. For the wind area, there is a very limited area that could have some 25 to 30 mile an hour wind gusts on Saturday. That will be a broader area with 25 to 35 mile an hour gusts on Sunday. You can see the significant threat for the frost and freeze on Tuesday, as I already mentioned. And then finally, fire weather is listed as having a limited category risk. However, that would be looking at higher winds and lower relative humidities. That is just looking at a meteorological aspect. However, with the widespread rain that we're expecting on Sunday and Monday, hopefully that will limit the overall impact that we might end up seeing on Tuesday. So again, our weather summary: southerly flow will bring above normal temperatures today, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. A cold front will move through the state slowly on Sunday and Monday, bringing widespread showers, and we could end up having some frost and freeze conditions by Wednesday morning. So again, those hazards and impacts: near record heat Friday and Saturday, a marginal risk for excessive rainfall Sunday and Monday, and a frost and freeze is possible on Tuesday night.